How about I'm going to give you guys some figures about some common things. See how much you're wasting on it. Anyone in here like beef? I assume most people in here, maybe not vegetarians, like beef. Every pound of beef costs about 1,800 gallons of water to make. That's on food and how much the cow needs to drink. 1,800 gallons for 1 pound of meat, 1 pound of beef. Milk. I assume many people in here drink milk. 880 gallons per gallon of milk. I don't want you to stop drinking milk, it's good for you, but just consider that. 880 gallons of water just to make 1 gallon of milk. Pair of jeans, these, 2,900 gallons per pair. Cotton is a very, very thirsty plant. 2,900 gallons to make 1 pair of jeans. We're in college, how about beer? To make a gallon of beer, which is about 10 beers, I've seen many people drink much more than 10 beers, it's about 690 gallons of water to make 1 gallon of beer. Now imagine drinking your gallon of beer versus almost 700 gallons of water. You can't drink 700 gallons of water in an hour. How about this one? You look at the figures. If you cut out 1% of military spending, global military spending, you could provide fresh water for everyone. That means if you go down to Mexico, you would not get Montezuma's revenge from drinking the water. It would be fresh, tasty, delicious, and good for you. Not full of parasites. And that would apply to the whole world. 1% of global military spending to provide water for everyone. So you buy a couple less tanks, a couple less airplanes, everyone can drink water, not get sick, not get cholera, and die. Now, let's move into some real simple things, at least here in the States, and you guys can follow some simple strategies to help conserve your water. Now, many cities, not here so much, but to get their water, they use massive water projects. Here, you can just drill a well down, get water, a couple hundred feet, you can get water real easy around here. But say a city like New York City, the way New York gets their water, they have a 100-mile pipeline. It's called an aqueduct. It's a gigantic pipe, probably about the size of this room, to feed water to the entire city. That's from 100 miles away. Now, considering that pipeline was built, parts of that pipeline are a couple hundred years old, it's prone to leakage. If you could fix that, well, you wouldn't leak so much. Boston, Massachusetts, they fix their aqueduct because they're also on an aqueduct system. They don't really want to desalinate because that's very expensive. They're on an aqueduct system from outside of the city. They fix theirs and save hundreds of thousands of gallons of water per day, just on leakage. Another simple one. Probably can't do it so much at school because we don't have access or you can't really afford but using water efficient appliances. A water efficient washing machine, water efficient dishwasher. They're really simple, they are kind of expensive. Unfortunately, you're in college, you kind of have to make do with what you can. I can't do it. It's not like I can buy a dishwasher for my apartment and install it myself. It's just not feasible. However, when you do get a place of your own where you can make those modifications, you can buy those water efficient appliances. With regard to improving water projects, just petition the government. Tell them, you're wasting a lot of water. I'd like to have this back. Now, as far as us, you could do each day, 2 things. Really simple. Save about 8 gallons of water a day. Turn off the water while you're brushing your teeth. We all brush our teeth a lot. Thanks, Janae, for that excellent presentation on dental hygiene. We have to brush our teeth a lot to keep up our dental hygiene. If you just click off the water while you're brushing your teeth instead of letting it run, that's 3 gallons of water a day. Taking showers, I assume we all take showers. And as Americans, we are a very clean country, unlike other countries. You limit your shower by a minute and a half, 2 minutes, that's 5 gallons of water you're saving. Real easy. And also the electricity to heat that water. Hopefully, I've convinced you how important water is, and you might be a little more motivated to conserve it. And you might see how much water some common items cost in water. It's just kind of crazy. For example, if you live in a desert, you should really kind of live sustainably in a desert. You should plant plants and plant food crops that are good for the desert, that are robust, can grow in the desert without having to suck up God knows how many gallons of water just to grow. And you kind of live sustainably when you live out there. You don't build a golf course that takes millions of gallons just to keep the ground wet because it's a desert. You have to live sustainably. See, water is now, it's becoming a very precious commodity. If you look at by volume, comparing bottled water, which we've already had a presentation about, comparing bottled water to oil by volume, water is more expensive than oil. We hear all these complaints about how expensive oil is. You buy that bottled water, it's more expensive by volume than oil. Just a little thought. But in Michigan, the Great Lakes, which is our main water source here, around here, and all their tributaries, everything that flows into them, the whole Great Lakes watershed, they provide so much. They make us able to live. They are the lifeblood of the economy. Without them, we would just lose everything. So if they dry up, freshwater resources dry up, they're just not used properly, what can we do? Our economy will die. Our lives will change. There will be endless conflicts. So, just kind of thought to consider. Thank you very much. Questions, problems, trials, tribulations.